I'm Amanda Kirkland. I am a PhD student here at University of New Orleans. My PhD as a whole looks at the effects of acidification and warming on artificial reefs as a whole. So what I've mainly focused on so far is looking at the effects on benthic invertebrates, so bivalves, barnacles, and crabs. And we are moving on to how that is going to affect feeding of 3 different species of fish. Yeah, so I got into this from a couple of experiences I had when I was in Ecuador. And I really like the conservation side of everything. So my time there, I was working on conservation with sea turtles and sharks. And that's kind of how I got into marine science. And then from there, I started working with coral and looking at how to make coral more resistant to climate change. So I really like the idea of looking at how climate change is going to affect certain organisms and see if we can do anything about that going forward. Something I really liked about this lab from the get-go, I was working in Miami previously, and I liked that it was a new lab, and I liked that it was female-headed. Coming in, we really were starting from scratch, so all the tanks downstairs, I built those tanks. So it was nice. I got to build what I wanted to build and do the experiments I wanted to do. A lot of times when you're bringing on grad students, you have, this is your project, this is what you're gonna do. And that really wasn't the case here. I guess science in general, I like that you can really ask anything and you can find your own answers. And there isn't always a perfect way to do things. I think it's really a growing process along the way, and no science experiment is gonna be perfect, right? And I think you just have to kind of roll with it a little bit, which I like. I like that every day is going to be different, and really you can ask whatever you want and you can build an experiment to answer that question.